los niños and las niñas. All right, and we've been going through, and we're going to go through a series called Fear Not. And so remember a couple weeks ago when we had spies spying out the land. They went to spy school. They had their cool sunglasses on, right? They were spying out the promised land, the land that God had promised to give to the Israelites. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward 40 years later. 40 years later, now the Israelites are actually ready to go into the land that God had promised. God was ready the entire time, but the Israelites, not so much. And so we're fast forwarding 40 years, and we're going to see what happens as the Israelites go into the promised land with their new leader, Mr. Joshua. But before we do that, we're going to go to Mr. Luigi, and we're going to go over this week's weekly saying.
Hello, children. It's me, Luigi. You must be wondering, why do I have this drill here? I just use it just for fun or to build things, that's all. Okay, now, we're about to go over the weekly saying. And our saying is, God is for me. So let's all do it together, shall we? God is for me. Let's do it again, shall we? God is for me. You got it. Excellent.
That's right. We don't have to fear because God is with us. He's with us every single step of the way. That's how awesome God is. He promises to never leave us or forsake us, and He promises to be with us on our journey every single step. And I want you to remember that. I keep saying every single step and all along because sometimes we forget that God is with us. But I want to remind you, no matter what is going on, God is not only with us, He is for us. And so we have the God of the universe who created everything, and He's with us, telling us what to do next as we trust and obey Him. We get to experience all of His amazing promises. And speaking of promises, we're going to be looking at what happened when Joshua started to lead the Israelites into the promised land. They're going to take over their first city, the city of Jericho. And so what Joshua did is he sent in 2 spies to spy out Jericho, to get a strategy for how they were going to take over their first city. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 2 spies and what they might have saw spying out Jericho.
Spying out the land.
Spying out the land.
Spying out the land for Joshua.
Hey, I like that guy.
Me too. Joshua's a good guy. Up. I'm sneaking, and you are sneaky.
Are we in the right place?
I don't know. He was saying something about a big structure or a city of some sorts.
Isn't that home over there?
That is home. I don't see anything.
Whoa!
Goodness gracious!
I found it! That is a tall wall.
Man, well, it's definitely not small, that's for sure.
If we climb that, we better not fall.
You know what? It's definitely your call.
Wait. Are you rhyming? Ah! Guards! Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Wait! Day 3 of spy school! Run!
Ah! Man, that was a close crawl.
Oh, thank you! Who is that?
I'm Rahab, and this is my house!
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Gracious.
The guards are going to be looking for you guys everywhere.
Oh, no.
That who's here?
Not the guards!
To the guards. Rahab, open up.
The guards!
What do we do?
Quick, camouflage.
Okay.
Did she go to spy school?
I don't know. Hide. We need to hide. Perfect. Hide.
Who's there?
Guard.
Guard who?
Guard Ian.
Guard Ian, I love when you tell me that joke. Yes, how can I help you?
Rahab, have you seen some spies?
Spices? Yes, of course. Just got a new shipment in today.
Wait.
Got some paprika.
No.
Some habanero.
Rahab,
Baby.
no. Bless you. Hey,
Thank you.
Spies? Oh, yes, I did. I heard them. They were running. I think they took a right and a left and left and a right. You should go follow them right away.
they left? Oh man, I better hurry.
Good luck. Okay, it's safe to come out now.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, that was close. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
I don't know if I signed up for this, man.
Spicy.
Hey, you were very helpful.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Why?
She went to spy school. Why'd you help us?
Why? Why'd you do it?
I've heard all about you guys, the Israelites, how your God saved you guys from slavery by parting the Red Sea. Whoa, that's an amazing God. He is the one true living God, and I want to make sure that I help you guys get the land that He promised to you.
Wow.
Yeah. Man,
All I ask is that if I help you, you spare me and my family, and you protect us.
you know what? Because you helped us, I'm pretty sure we can help you out, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, here.
How do we help her?
All you do is let this out of your window. When we see it, we will make sure we protect you.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's gonna work out great.
Spying, check, right? And now Joshua, they've spied out the land, and now Joshua's job, his next job, is to get the Israelites into the land. But what's separating them from Jericho is the Jordan River. And this time of year, the Jordan River is flooding over its banks. So not only is there a huge river, but it's flooded, and there are a lot of Israelites. How are you going to get all those people across the river with their kids and their livestock? Well, wait, God has a plan for that. And so here's what God tells Joshua. He tells Joshua that as the Israelites step into the river would part. Last time, Moses lifted his staff over the Red Sea and parted the Red Sea. But this time, God is having the Israelites obey and walk it out before they see what's going to happen. So as the Israelites put their feet into the water, step by step, the water parts and they're able to walk through on dry ground. It would have been impossible for them to get across the river, all of those people, all those kids, all that livestock without the river being parted. And so they get to the other side, they've walked through on dry land, wilderness, check, right? Spying, check, wilderness, check. But now they have a huge city in front of them. And now Jericho was a fortified city. Here's what I mean by that. It had a huge wall all the way around it. I don't know if you guys can picture this like an old school castle, like in a fairy tale, how there's like a moat and there's a big outer wall. Well, that's kind of what Jericho was like. The walls were so big and so thick that they used to have chariot races on top of the walls. And not only that, people lived in the walls, just like Rahab. Rahab's house was in the wall. And God gave Joshua a plan on how to take over Jericho. And this plan involved them walking around the walls of Jericho, walking around the city, blowing trumpets and shouting on the seventh day. They did this every day for 7 days. And guess what? When they lifted their voices up on the seventh day and they blew the trumpets, the walls fell down. There is no way the Israelites could have gotten to Jericho. The city was completely shut tight. They were afraid of the Israelites. They had heard what God had done. And so they had made sure that nobody could get in the city and nobody could get out. It was secure. But guess what? God made a way. And as the Israelites trusted and obeyed God, they got to walk in the blessings that God had for them. So the walls fell down, but oh wait, what happened to Rahab? Didn't she live in the wall? The walls fell down, so what happened to her? Well, just like the spies said, if she stayed in her house and anybody who was with her, her family, they would be safe. And God protected Rahab. God always keeps his promises because he's not a man that he can lie. He always tells the truth. So Rahab was protected along with her family, and she ended up living after that with the Israelites and serving God. She recognized that our God, the only God, is the one true and living God. And he does the miraculous. And something crazy happened for Rahab. She became the great 29 greats grandmother of Jesus. When Jesus came to this earth, Rahab is in Jesus' family, his earthly family. How cool is that? Because she trusted and obeyed God. And so I just want to remind you guys, we've done this series on fearing not. And the reason why we don't have to walk in fear is because God always tells the truth. He's on our side. He is with us. And no matter what's going on, we can depend on God to do exactly what his word says because he doesn't lie. That's amazing. And not only is his word true, but he helps us every single step of the way. Just like he helped the Israelites get through the Jordan, get into Jericho, and just like he helped Rahab stay protected with her family when all of the walls fell. God will be with us every single step of the way as we trust and obey him. And so, hey guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed our Fear Not series. We're going to be starting a new series next week. Tune in for it. You don't want to miss it. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Welcome back, children! And now time to go over the memory verse. And our verse this week is Romans 8:28. And we know that God causes everything to work together and for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose and for them.